Hi, little babies. It's Dr. Matey, giving you the latest update on the world situation. Is bad. Now, I don't know who convinced the President Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, to go visit Israel, just as Israel is getting ready to start its ground operations against Hamas. The Israelis are already bombing Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. And then we have the Iranians and the other Muslim religious kooks going haywire because they want to kill all of the Jews. This is just horrible. They had a Cornell professor today said how excited and enthusiastic he got by seeing the Hamas attack on Israel. I mean, why don't these people have any dignity, pride, respect? And they have to shoot their mouths off like this highly educated guy, Howard University, Columbia, and he teaches at Cornell as an associate professor of history. Black studies, of course. But what happens is when you start fanning the flames of hate, the fires only burn hotter, and it consumes everybody who's involved. Everybody will be fried. I'm concerned that the president, whoever talked him into going to visit Israel, maybe it was at the invitation of Netanyahu, he could have turned him down. Do you know what jeopardy this puts this man in? How many people want to get him? The Iranians, the Hezbollahs, the Hamas, the Saudis, the Qataris, and all the other client states of the Muslim world, Syria. How many would want his scalp? And I tell you, the protection team for the president is going to be up against it. They have their work cut out for them. If anything happens to Sleepy Joe, well, at least he'll go out in a blaze of glory, and they'll say, what a great president he was. Joe Biden, he was the greatest president ever. He did so much for this country. Well, if he did so much for this country, why is he intent on starting World War III? That's the question I have for that idiot. I'm no big fan of Joe Biden, as you know, if you've watched my videos. And I think he's ill-advised by his administration. And he's just a malleable piece of Play-Doh in their hands. And he just marches to their orders. And Dr. Jill, she helps him get up the stage in the right direction and gets down the stairs without falling. But, this is really bad. I tell you, I don't know what to make of this whole situation, but it has the potentiality to go haywire in a lot of different ways, depending on how things play out. And all these different ways, they're not good. I can't see God intervening in this. Whatever happens, it's going to be God's will. Now, I had a friend of mine, when he was a teenager, he's coming back from a basketball game. And the van driver rode over a rough patch of road, and he was sitting in the back of the van. And the back door flew open, and he went flying out and got run over by a semi-truck. Now, his brother was telling me that when his dad broke the news to him, he said, your brother's dead. It's God's will. That's how the doctor told his other son that his brother died. It's God's will. So whatever happens, it's going to be God's will. We're not going to have divine intervention when ICBMs and hypersonic missiles start flying, armed with nuke warheads. It's just going to be, well, there goes the human race. Bye-bye, suckers. Hope you like living in caves and eating dead squirrels. Oh, man. So, yeah, we're in a mess right now. And I wish there'd be some people who step up and and fight these tyrants who are causing this. And in my book, Biden's a tyrant. He's a no good rascal. You know, he's takes bribes. He sold out America and sold out his fellow Americans so he could get millions of dollars from the corrupt, well, maybe even the cartels, but the Chinese, the Chicoms, and the Russians, and anybody else he took money from. So he and Hunter could live in $250,000 a month mansions out on the West Coast down by the ocean. And Biden's compound in Delaware is pretty good size, too. It's a multi-million-dollar property. He's got to pay a lot of money to keep that place up. He can't, the money he makes as senator is a drop in the bucket compared to what it costs to maintain that place. Plus all his little toys and gadgets. Oh, Joe, he's such a groovy guy. I like Joe. Not. So anyway, that's my angle for today, and we'll just have to pray and be humble and thank God for what we have, even if it's just a little. At least we have a little something. So that's all I know, little babies. We'll talk again. I love you and God bless, okay? All right, little babies, bye-bye.